Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So I once again think about leaving the United States because I'm such a cultural misfit here. It's not because anybody is treating me wrong, but my way of life, my
I don't know, 40 bucks?
choice of recreation is just such a misfit here in the United States. I got into a little bit of a disagreement today because of some thoughts that I had. I was driving around when I saw another county fair kind of event, and I talked about how last time I went I had a difficult time getting on some rides that I want because I went alone, and how I might try to practice a little bit of civil disobedience to see what happens. What I had planned to do was go to one of those events, wait for maybe 10-15 minutes, and when the fair operator wouldn't do anything for me, or hopefully he finds in his wisdom some way to accommodate me, but if not, I was planning on sitting down on the ride and not allowing anybody to use the ride until they work out a solution. That was my plan. And today as I drove past the fair, I thought about doing that. But then I realized it's Saturday today. I had just started my new job, and if I end up in jail until Monday and miss work, at a new job that might be hard to explain, right? After I get 3 years under my belt, oh my God, I had a disagreement at the county fair because of differences in ways of life. Then it might be a much more different color compared to if I did that today. So I skipped out on that today because I really can't afford for things to go wrong. Okay, and I thought maybe another time. Maybe during the summer when there's time off and I'm not going to be missing work, right? If I just go back to the campus and wow, this past summer, look what a colorful summer I had, right? Even if I make it on the news, it probably would be much more tolerable than if I call out work Monday, especially if I can't even call out because I'm in jail and I go back to work. And okay, long story short, today wasn't a good day to do that because of my circumstances. So to comfort myself, I decide to go to my favorite cafeteria in Whole Foods. I'm sitting down browsing the web, eating, and this guy comes up I'm thinking about what I just saw and commiserating a little bit. This guy asked me if he could sit down next to me. I didn't want to answer him. I was deep in thought about what had gone on, what I might do during the summer if I have the time to do it, and how bad a misfit I am here. And I was commiserating. He said, "Excuse me, can I sit down?" And I ignored him, continued to read about it, continued to talk to a friend on Facebook about my situation today. And he repeats himself 3-4 times like a buffalo. And finally I said, "Yes, please sit down, please. I'm busy." And I screamed at him. And see, I can't imagine that happening somewhere else. I feel so badly. It wasn't his fault or anything, but at the same time, I had a lot going on, and I can't even catch a break at my favorite restaurant. And it makes me want to leave the country. I can't. First of all, in Taiwan, I probably wouldn't have run into the situation with the county fair. And second, I think people are much more understanding of giving each other personal space and all that. All right, I may think about my next opportunity. At least move to the countryside, maybe Wallace, Idaho, or move to my family in Taiwan. Taiwan is a lot more accepting of solo sexuality. Maybe Eastern Europe. Maybe Canada. My cousin went to school in Canada for some time, and I just can't imagine either one of these things playing out in some of the other places that I've gone to. Either the county fair or the fact that I can't even find personal space at a restaurant. I cannot imagine that playing out in Poland. I really can't. The only thing I can imagine in Poland is that every time I go there, in Poland, the dating world is backwards. Usually the girl starts the first conversation, right? And that's the only problem I run into over there. In Taiwan, people were more accepting of solosexuals and personal space. Anyways, I look forward to at the end of May, early June, when I have a few weeks break, I might think about making the scene at the carnival, because at that point I'll have some time to handle the fallout of that and turn it into a beautiful story. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.